Yo. So today is day 12, and it's the last real build day to really kind of get in the zone. And what we've done so far is we got the power-ups going. We can even switch players correctly. We've improved a bunch of fonts and stuff, and even improved the mobile gameplay. And basically, I want to kind of break it down for you real quick. Tomorrow is December 24th, and I'm basically cooking dinner for my family. And that actually means that today is the actually last day I can really ship features. And so far, the game works. And today's just going to be a little bit different than the other streams. We're going to do something where we're just going to do less talking and more trying to get in the flow of things. So I'm putting more chill music on. We're just going to get into a deep work mode, and I'm going to think of this as more of like a study with me session. So you're welcome to hang out. Just drop in the comments, pull up, come up with some air, do some things. I'm just going to play some vibes. So the landing page needs a lot of love so far. And I got a lot of little like UX things and final touches that we need to kind of make happen to get shipped for Yeeball. So I want to show you the setup that I'm going to be doing right here. This is my chill vibe setup. And so we're just going to be playing some music shortly. And I want to also make sure I got everything set up. So I also have the overlay of cursor so that we can kind of see what's going on. So in my screen, we'll be kind of following along like this. And then you'll also see me kind of coding live as well. So I want to get the vibes right. And I want to see if we can kind of like break it down like this. So you're welcome to interact. I appreciate everyone who's rolling through. Oh my God, you guys are so amazing. Annie Ruth, you're awesome. You're actually showing up almost every stream. So I really appreciate you kind of popping in here to say hello. Just say hello. It's going to be some chill vibes and stuff. Let's go ahead and see if I can kind of pull up my other stream here. I want to see if I can get some music. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to do some music powered by Suno. So Suno has a radio thing, and then I think they allow you to play some music here. So play some vibes. Let's get the vibes going. Let's see, are we playing right now? I don't hear any music. Let me see if I can hear it. MacBook speakers. Let me just refresh here. Okay, so we should be able to hear some stuff. All right, let's go play. So whatever Suno is going to play is based off of this playlist here. I do. Oops, my bad. Yeah, so it's the deep work one, and so it's guitar. I'm going to vote for more of the like house vibes, kind of house deep chill. So this is it. Let's get into a chill mood. You know what I mean? Chill. Welcome to Fernando's live stream. We're going to just cook tonight before Christmas, and just gonna go crazy with cursor. All right, let's go. I got a lot of work to do. User presses the browser back button or tap leave. Let's go to the home page. Lag. Okay. Yeah, I need to fix the lag. I got you. I think there's lag on my screen too. Yeah. Welcome back, man. We're just vibing so hard right now. Basically, we're just doing the vibes and you're hanging out with me. This is just gonna be one of these chill streams. We're gonna be fixing a lot of bugs and we're gonna be moving through all the madness, if you know what I mean. So that's what we're cooking with today. Appreciate you guys coming back. Yo, link me up. Right now, I'm trying to focus right now on fixing this bugs. After this series, I want to try this game that you're trying now. I gotta lock in right now. I joined Claude. I'm currently fixing the join match stuff right now. When you join, like you can exit and you can rejoin. It just automatically puts you into a spot, but I want you to be able to put your name into a spot here. So that's what I'm fixing right now. We got these chats right here. Map is working too. Yeah, isn't that awesome? I need to make the map also work in on the desktop. And you can also hit sprint. So if you hold the sprint button, and that's basically the pass. Oh, I need to update the text for that. That reminds me. using Ecamm Live. I need to do that. I think I'm gonna, after the series, I'm gonna look more into like getting these different streams and stuff. Overlays, yeah. Sorry, I've been AFK over here. My bad. I got you, fam. You didn't think it was gonna happen? Huh? I'll steal this ball from you. You should be tired. You're exhausted. Guess what? I can see. Oh. Come on. Get back. So we should have the slot picker now. So enhance the slot picker, refactor join code. So remove the join match. Perfect. Review this. Why is the match data? Recreation on every render. Load match data. Okay. Check if we're already in this match bind. Has a name. It's just called Deep Focus. It's from Suno. Yeah, Suno is the one that's kind of handling this whole thing. It's just study. Like you can vote for the different ones. So we can just do like the study vibes right now. So it doesn't really give you the song name, which is weird. Doesn't have a link for the Suno. Suno, if you just go to like Suno Radio. I think you could do that one. So it's currently live right now. Yeah, that's a good point. Like we can also play the same music live. If you check out that link, I think for the Suno thing, you should be able to get the live. We can actually have all the same music live together and just vibing. It's a vibe. So yeah, that's the link. You could just go to suno.com/live radio, and then we'll be on the same vibe. Then navigate away, navigate back. The same match. Yes. For 2, if the user navigates, doesn't that mean they leave? So we want them to see the slot picker. I was working fine the other day, but today feels very laggy on my side, on your side. It looks like it's working fine. I think what needs to happen is I have some fixes to land in terms of performance. There's like a lot of performance bugs I need to fix. And so the performance bugs is more on the, I don't have any, like I'm relying on all the frames to currently land inside of, on device all at the same time. But if there's like a delay, and then there's also like there's like 2 different bugs. There's like a tick calculation delay, because if there's a network latency because you're changing networks or something happens, what ends up happening is that now we could be behind like by like by a couple frames. So we have to wait for like a couple, like not like a second, but it's a notable difference where it kind of starts to show up. But then there's this cascading effect where if you're behind, it's trying to catch up and redraw and everything. I'm basically flooding the the client side part of this whole thing to kind of flesh it out and update the right state. So it feels kind of laggy. So I need to add some code to kind of debug that. But yeah, I'm gonna try to fix some of that too. match data is loading. Oh my gosh. This music's too much. I think it's just wow. 'Go lo-fi. 8-bit. I want to do 8-bit. Vote 8-bit, 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 8-bit. Vote this one. Please enter your votes there. Nice, nice. You got this, bro. Jermaine, you got this. You so got this. Ooh, fire. Okay, cool. I like this flow. Exit. Switch ships. Perfect. Big tooltip. Space, kick, hold to charge. Tab switch. Perfect. Okay, let's do this. A big controller. I think we just build this one right here. What's good? What's good? We out here, bro. Isn't shift for past and holding shift for sprinting misleading? As of now, the way that I sort of architected it is that I'm wanting it so that you can only sprint if you don't have the ball. So once you hit shift, it's going to pass the ball, and then you can sprint and go get someone else. And while playing the game, I realized that it's kind of like a much more fun experience if you have the ball but you can't sprint. And I feel like that makes it a little more challenging because then you have to pass the ball more often. And so if you can pass the ball more often to your teammates, you can then kind of do this like coordinated effort. So it's not really about the single person trying to score, but it's more about the team effort. And so the mechanics of the defenders being able to sprint and then get tired is an interesting one too. But yeah, I don't know. I think for now, the shift and sprint, the like sprint and passing being the same is kind of synonymous until we play some more. So yeah, great feedback. I appreciate it. Yeah. It's so confusing. I try to sprint when I have the ball, but after pressing it, I realize the ball's gone. Yeah. So the sprint right now is only available until like I implement the slide tackle, I think. So yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm doing right now. It's like slide tackle is not in yet. And I think once slide tackle lands, I'm going to try to figure out how I can incorporate the two, which would be cool. Are good game balance. And my boy, you're doing great. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's cool. It's something different, but we'll see. Like, that's kind of what I'm trying to play around with right now. So now the new stuff should land live already in the tab. Go to this e-ball. Make a match right now. Right now. Yeah, I'm ready up. Yeah, that's the goal, like in the future. Right now, just trying to get some of it working and get enough people to actually play it. Like my goal is Christmas Day, which is in a couple days. We have this whole game running. And so you're sitting at a Christmas party, you're kind of hanging out, or you're waiting in line. You just send people a link around you. You guys start playing. And so I need to see like the activity, like kick up to like, you know, like higher levels because, yeah, and I didn't realize like building a game is pretty kind of crazy. There's a lot that goes to building a game I didn't realize, you know. And so yeah, but yeah, somehow we'll monetize it. Right now, it's just kind of get the experience so good that people feel like if the game goes away, they'll kind of be bummed out, you know. So that's how I know the game mechanics are good. Start the match. Global leaderboard coming soon. We already have a leaderboard for the scores. And some of the code's already there, but that's gonna be coming soon too. Ernesto, let's go, bro. Bruh. So if I exit the game, I now can select the game. I should be able to go back and join as the forward. It's Ray, perfect. I can rechange my name too now, so I think I can do Ray. Cooks? Can I? Oh, it doesn't let me change my name, huh? Interesting. Oh, that's probably because of my previous slot? Lisa, how's it going? Cursor agents, no droid for this, just making sure I'm not behind again. Yeah, Lisa, I know, right? So what's been happening is I'm doing this new plan mode. And so what I do is I basically start yapping my features right into cursor in plan mode. And so with plan mode, it has like a much longer time frame for thinking. And once that plan is set up, then you can actually select individual things to be done, and you can say build a new agent. And so what that does is it basically creates a new context window that's pretty much for this. When building in Droid, it's pretty much all done at once. What I'm realizing right now with my workflow, especially with planning, is that I have these ideas, I have all these bug fixes, so I start making big lists, especially right now in this type of phase. And so what I have kind of done right now, Lisa, is I've gone to, like, I have an actual, I'll show you real quick. So yesterday in the user feedback, this is all the feedback that we got from the live stream. All the comments and everything, I just kind of dumped it in here. And then I had Opus help us like take this exact document. And I said, like, go ahead and just, you know, follow and read through to see like if there's like a higher level architecture thing that we can fix and type of plan that we can do for getting this feedback and see if we can fix a whole bunch of bugs. And maybe there's some bugs that we fix that can cover like a whole bunch of other ones. So Opus did that analysis, which was awesome. And then after that, I just said, I want you then to now break down that into do's so that we can start to work in priority order. So what Cursor does in plan mode now, as you can see, this is like all of that feedback organized in priority now. So we have like P1 and then sub goals. But beyond the plan, what's more important for have Cursor to do is actually to generate these to-dos. So when you generate the to-dos, this is like my way of tracking things. I don't need an MCP server or anything like that. That way I can actually like put together everything in one place and it's all checked into code. So previously people had to use like Taskmaster or all these different things. Like I would use like Notion or Linear, or I used to write stuff down into a file. It got a little too hard to keep track of. This workflow in Cursor is extremely new. So you can actually check mark these two bugs, group them together, or just work on these, hit build a new agent. And that's how I can send them off and have higher intelligence. Because Opus already did the research for me, I could even hit these off and say, instead of building with Opus 4.5, I can actually do bug fixes with Sonnet 4.5, right? Sonnet 4.5 is really good. It's 40% cheaper than Opus. And that's a way to do that, or GPT 5.2. And so this way I'm able to manage everything in one plan. It's like one big document. The context is already here, and then I can like skillfully hand everything off, because it's really hard to have all these terminal windows open and track what's happening in like command line, and unless you have like an external system or some type of other like MCP thing. And I also find that I spend a lot more tokens using other systems because they have to do research plan for each one of those tasks. So in Cursor's type of system, it's kind of all buttoned down. I can give it one big unstructured thing, and then I can generate all these to-dos from it. And the to-dos are the ones that I hand off to the agents individually. In the future, I think when parallel agents arrive from Cursor, I can then start grouping all of those into tasks that can be done that won't like interfere, and then hand them off to parallel agents for the work to be done. Ideally, I would just check mark all of them and just say build, just each of them will be built individually using a background agent. I put that in a feature request into Cursor. So each of these will all kick off in background agents, and then they can come back and I can just do reviews of the diffs in the PRs as they come in. Ideally, I would just use the stack diffs with Graphite and just group them by the different architecture or the different priorities and stuff like that. So it's a complex, it's not complex, but I've figured out that this is probably the easiest way to work. It's the fastest way to work because there actually is a user interface, and I don't have to build like a separate Kanban, or use Notion or Linear or these other things to kind of keep track of these back and forth. It's very readable all in one go, and it's easier to iterate in the chat in here, which I find cool. So I don't know if that clarifies anything, but hopefully that's helpful. I love Droid too, so sometimes for some hard problems, I will send them off to Droid. Like if the debugging stuff doesn't work, then I may pull up Droid and see if it can kind of take a whack at it with Opus 4.5. So yeah, that's just kind of where we're at with that. Okay, so that's what's up. Nice for walking us through your current workflow. Great call on the feedback analysis implementation. Yeah, so I mean, sometimes you just have to put everything in this file and then you can throw it at Opus and it will figure it out. So I wanted to ask about the field size. So 120 yards by 80 yards. Oh, a 6-foot player has height ratios about 160. Dude, this is such great feedback. Yes. So let me put this in because I have this as a note 1222. So this was your note yesterday over here about the character field ratios. So let me put this in here too. Can I copy text? Yes. Boom. So, okay, perfect. So yeah, this is super awesome. I love this feedback. Do we do that for field or is that random size? Right now it's just a random size. And then I'm planning to also have the aspect ratio of the field kind of tilted, so it's not top down. We'll actually have that kind of fake 3D view. Okay, I'm doing this with Claude code and E2B. Neat that Cursor is making this user friendly. Yes, yeah. So I'm gonna let you in on some inside secrets right now. So inside secrets is on January 5th when the Cursor team gets back to the office in San Francisco. I'm going to be meeting up with them, and I've already been talking a lot with their engineers with this exact workflow that I'm showing you with what I'm doing. But I want to get this workflow even more refined. And they're so fast at feedback that like usually when I tell them within seconds, they're already implementing it, as we go. I'm extremely curious to see how this workflow is going to evolve. And to me, it just eliminates the need of having a bunch of extra third-party services, because a lot of times I'm using Cursor anyways for the IDE. So, and I don't think I've seen such a smooth workflow to go from planning like this and to kick off like this massive plan, or not even a plan, just yapping ideas, structuring them, especially with Opus, because it's such a smart model, and then handing them off to, models that are really good at getting work done. So anytime. Thought my message yesterday didn't make it. Hey, no, I really appreciate you actually following up with this. Yeah, I try to keep track of all the comments, but yeah, I appreciate everyone kind of stopping by, kind of giving the love and stuff like that. This is going to be, this is definitely like a vibe today. And yeah, so good luck with the Cursor meeting. Hope everything goes well. Thanks, man. Dude, Jermaine, you're like the MVP. Let's give Jermaine some love. Jermaine's trying to find a job right now, automating his task with Claude Code, and always showing up for the streams as well. Really appreciate that. Yeah. Also, big shout outs to Jay as well as Lisa as well. Yeah, give Cursor fam a big Canadian hug for me. Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's cool. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so we have this planning workflow. So leave confirmation dialog. Low key, this song feels like it's repeating. Let me just double check that the Suno thing is still working. Are we still? Oh, we just go back in 8-bit mode. We're in down tempo, chill pop. Just refresh. It was repeating the same song over and over. Yep. 100. There's a mobile regression where when the user joins, they're going there to select their match and they can't change their name. The second issue that we're seeing is once they join the game is resized to be a little bit smaller than it was before. It seems like it's zoomed out. And I want you to check the code paths here for these changes because as that may have caused the problem. We should also update the UI on mobile so that users don't have to scroll to change their name. Right now, it's currently out of view. So Lisa, if you're still watching, basically what's going on here is that even though I'm in the middle of fixing one bug for one task, and this did it successfully, I still have enough context window left. So what I could do is shift back into plan mode because I kind of gave it a whole bunch of bugs that I want to fix now. And that's the way that I want to keep track of like one, you know how like you fix one bug and then it becomes like 5 more. That's the way I'm going to capture it now. So it's like I put it in here, throw everything in there, go into plan mode, and you see in plan mode it thinks longer for like 8 seconds, and then it does like more tool calling and steps. And so that's the way that like I kind of like am continuing to roll without like putting everything in one chat, but without like losing everything too, because I want to have like multiple chats, but I want to have a central like document to go back into. So what I want Cursor to improve is like this part of it, which is like all of these plans that I've just generated. Eventually I'm just going to go back and say, yep, this is done, this is done, this is done. And just I delete them because I check them in, but I also delete them and check that in too, because I can always find the range that that plan was introduced via Git. So I could say, hey, find, you know, that task that we did. And that's how I tie this back and forth to all these things. So yeah. Bruh. 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 Oh, y'all killing me right now. Y'all killing me so much. Let's go. All right, let's see. Okay, so name the input not visible. Name appears after the slot selected. Bottom. Okay, so when the name appears, really after joining the slot picker. Yes. Which device shows size and issue for only? Thanks for pausing and playing. Lisa, you're my day one. You've been there since the very beginning. I'll always take time to make sure that you're in the loop for things. So I just appreciate you stopping by. Longtime member and big supporter of the channel. So I definitely appreciate you. You mean a lot to the channel. It would be great after kicking the ball. If you could add spin, you kick it and then it would just use controls to adjust the balls to, oh, I like this idea. That's really cool. Yeah, it's like kind of like a playful, yeah. Maybe with the power up? Yeah. Okay, cool. Check the phaser installation. Okay. I think my thing's on loop right now. This happens sometimes with Suno, whatever. It doesn't continue to the next song. It just repeats the same song over and over. Yeah. Slot, join slot, lobby state, live state, leave button, perfect. Okay, now we have mobile UX fixes. Okay, slot picker shows the name at the bottom of the slot. If you the game canvas appears smaller than the point. No layout changes. Okay, refactor for mobile. Okay, fix the game canvas. Listen for, I'll refresh. Okay, that makes sense. So this will be a new one. And then this one's going to be a separate one. Well, we've 295. Okay. Sweet. Oh, Suno's great. I love Suno. Yeah. We just do live radio. Live radio is a vibe. But you can create your music, and the music is just insane. It's literally insane. Yeah. Code base. I need to force resize event listener that calls. Okay, perfect. And I update slot picker and actually I'm gonna stop this real quick. Do the first one. Oh, that's so funny. I had the event listener. Make sure some of the nodes on mobile face were calculated. Oh, that's good. Let me just try this. Oops. Phaser to back calculate size. the exit code here. Okay, what happened here? Player slot picker. Oh, we're redoing this. What does this look like now? Go back here. Leave. Oh, this looks better. Yeah. That's hot. That's hot. Okay. I like this. Perfect. Check all these changes in. We are cooking. Damn, homie. Got mobile version, everything. Yep. That's all we do it. Bro, it works. It cooks hard right now. We go hard. We leave the match. This is like the live one right now. This is what's currently in production. Yeah, just yeet-ball. Let me just actually start playing. If I refresh, I get kicked out of the match, low key. So I can let's go. Oh my god, I gotta fix this lag. This lag is pretty hard. Yeah. And then let me refresh this song because it's also this is like not the right song. Deep Focus has a thing where it keeps repeating the song. See? So if I refresh the page, I think I should have the new UI. Ooh. That's a bug. I think the game is full, huh? Yeah, there's no game. Let's see. Hopefully I change the songs. Yeah, let me just refresh. Okay. Are there none? I think it's right. Like, it should be. Would be curious to know. Trust me, I handle family stuff in and out. That's why I gotta leave very shortly. Probably in the next 10 minutes before I get cooked. 22 goals, bro. Bro, you're cooking. I do be working still with Droid. Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. But there's like different bugs. So right now in my workflow, cursor's plan mode is just too good. Like, it's crazy good. So I was just telling Lisa earlier that like the latest plan mode, this is all the user feedback, all organized by cursor. And the feedback is literally just one file that I just yapped a whole bunch of things as people were coming in. And it's from this, all of these issues. There's like no GitHub, nothing. So like on here, it's much faster workflow. So you just put every line, whatever you have in here, just throw it in here. Tell Opus to work on creating a plan, put it in plan mode. Tell it you want to fix all these bugs, and then tell it you want to then organize it into like priorities to fix in sequential order, and see, and then from there, it's not going to give you a lot of to-dos. Tell it to generate more to-dos. You can select each of these to-dos and hit build new agent. That's going to put it into a new context window for those specific bug fixes, especially if they're related or touching the same code base, because you kind of know. And then, bro, it just cooks. It cooks so fast. It's so insane because it has all the context, but like it hands off perfectly. So this is how you can keep track of all of your bugs, and you don't have to like doing this with multiple terminal windows in Claude code, Android, and anything. It's just impossible. Then you introduce MCPs, you burn more tokens. Bro, it gets kind of hairy. Like, no one's really nailed down plan management. Cursor's moving towards it, and I'm going to be meeting with them to polish this a little bit more, because this is the best I've seen so far. And bro, I'm just cooking, like keeping new chats open and closing them when I'm done and just moving on, you know, like each of these are almost like GitHub issues in a funny way. So yeah, it's actually sick. Yeah. Selling boy. Suno plan radio. Haven't taken the plan mode for spin. Oh, bro. Yeah. The selected to-dos it's totally new. No one's talking about this because I found this out by talking to their engineers about this whole thing. So yeah. Okay, cool. We fixed this mobile one now. Cool. Can you do a quick review, as there is a possibility that users can get into a state where the match is no longer available and they're trying to select the team and there's no slots for them to join. So we just show them the name plus joining a side, but there's no actual slots to pick, and it's kind of confusing for the user. Every time I try to quick cursor, then that's what's up. That's what's up, man. That's exactly what's up. So cursor versus Joy versus Claude Code. If you only use one, bro, cursor all the way right now. Right now. If you have this plan mode like this, the way I'm doing plan, like the handoff of the plan by selecting these two, unbeatable. No one's like, this is a bigger deal than most people realize, because you should be first of all, plan in cursor thinks for longer, searches through more files, especially with Opus. Super intelligent. Opus is like the best model to just yap and grab a lot of unstructured data and then just kind of organize it. And then like you have to then be explicit to keep telling it to generate these things in this order, like in priority order, in sequential order, and also in like these to-dos. You know, if there's no to-dos here, tell it to update the to-dos and have it sectioned out. It'll change your life. Good catch. You're right. When there's no available slots, all taken by the human players, the user sees the name input, slot can't actually do anything. Let me add handling for this edge case. See, this is what happens. When you fix bugs, you start finding edge cases. This is just software engineering workflow. You start to realize, oh, okay, that's right. When I tested it, this new workflow or things kind of come unlock. This is typically what would happen in software engineering when developers hand stuff off to a quality engineer. But these days and age, we're doing everything, right? We're wearing the quality hat, we're wearing the engineering hat, we're doing the designer hat. So a lot of the best teams are really small and they all kind of work together in the same room and iterate. And now that's basically just you. So you need a workflow so that you can not only fix your bugs, but then iterate on them and then give enough context windows so you can still fix new issues that come up. Or in this case, we shifted into plan mode, and then you can, at any time, you can go from agent to plan within the actual conversation, and then that'll kick off a file or a document that we just work off of and just keep chipping away until all that stuff is done, and then you just kind of keep going back, right? So it's kind of like this never-ending thing, but eventually at the end of the day, you've just crushed a ton of bugs, and the polish is, stays on track, and it doesn't really lose track of everything. So, and then everything's checked in via code, which is also the best part. All right, so we just shipped this. Here we go. So now the player slot's going to check if there's available slots. If the match is full, perfect. Add match full state UI after the info selection. Perfect. The match has no available slots. I'm rushing to get this in, but I would probably architect this differently. As of now, it works, but it's okay. It's kind of sloppy. No available slots. Okay, find another match, create a match. Perfect. Should we just bounce them back? Match is full, all player slots. Yeah. Perfect. I like this. Great. Oh, nice. Okay. I like this workflow. It's really nice. Okay. This one done. Let's go back. So we now have the phaser re-emit cleanup stuff. So let me refresh this real quick. And then eball. Let me just refresh. There's a massive performance hit when the user is on desktop and they've already started the game. When they refresh the browser, it looks like they're presented with the UI to join the game and it's overlaid on top of the game. When the user wants to type their name, they can only get one character in and it appears to kind of hang, and we can't accept input, or maybe the input's there, but it just is really, really slow or appears to be lagging. Similar workflow in Claude. Systems engineering is important, if not your tools environment. Yeah. Did you try plan mode in Claude Code recently? It is good now with the subagents. Yeah. It's similar to yours. Exactly. Yeah. Antonio Vercel.app / what? Let's see. AUNT font. In / AUNT YNIO and .html. Is this what it is? Level 1. Nice. Oh, this is cool. You got the sounds too. This is go. Oh, that's awesome. Damn, this is so cool. What's the stack that you built it with? Oh, this is fire, bro. Like, let me pause the Suno stuff, so that way people can hear the sounds. That's so cool. Respawn. That's so awesome. Oh my god. That's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, let me put it in the chat. So yeah, if anyone wants to check out his game, it's really, really cool. You can play it out. That's so awesome. That's great. I use Godot and Gemini 3 Pro. Wow. Yeah, classic jump and coin noises, totally approve. For sure. Great job, man. That was really cool. Yeah, let me refresh Suno. Let's see. What's going on here? Found the bug. There's an effect with players dependency that runs every player update. So during the game, wait. So one hack, if you haven't done this yet, is to like get some of the good pieces of like what this found for the issue. Go back to the previous chat, tell it that that's the issue, but then like guide it into a different direction, saying, okay, you know, it's like, you know, so that way it kind of changes the trajectory. And so it doesn't like kind of like, it's like, oh, I know what the issue is. Yeah. So you kind of point it into the direction of where the issue is, but then tell it like exactly where the other bug is, you know. I don't know if it makes any sense, but basically in the back end, there's this like loop, and it's kind of going this loop repetitively, causing a timeout. Let's see, it's expensive. Players is dependency, but this is counts during an active game. The fix is simple. This should only run once on mounts, not every player update. So yeah, that's right. Issue is clear. This causes 30 re-renders per second. Yes, so nasty. It's nasty. Let's see. Okay. I probably have a similar rendering bug for my gameplay too. More hacks. Okay. I do need to leave in the next 5 minutes. I have to go for my lectures. We'll watch. Yeah. Awesome, man. Yeah, this is more of a chill stream, so hopefully it was chill. Do this. I should be able to get ready up, start match. Okay. Oh, I see. That I can't type the name because those are currently used in the game. I see another problem is that because the game is actually overlaid underneath, I can't type the name because when I hit A, it's taking that for the input for the gameplay. Instead of a popover, why can't we just push them to an area where they can do this and then join the game? That way we avoid keeping... This will make the code less complicated and much more straightforward. Oh. So let's see, we did the celebration. This was already done. Goal score celebration. Player scoring. So this was the goal celebration stuff we did yesterday. Those are all done. So I just want to make sure those chats are done. So it's celebration. And then this is the schema server for the goal scare. Yeah, this is done too. The goal celebration sprites are done too. And the match and the goal score. So this is the one where we have the hat tricks and everything like that. Cool. And this counts all the scores, which is awesome. And then player game, unified join lobby flow. This was pretty much done. We're still fixing bugs around this though. Leave confirmation. We have mobile UI fixes. So we fixed this for the mobile. Game canvas sizing. Yeah, we're still fixing this bug here with the overlay. The lobby page has full functionality for joining slots. A simpler solution is to redirect users without a slot to the lobby page instead of showing an overlay on top of the game. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now let me add back the redirect logic with the other user effects right after the back button. Interception. Perfect. Between phaser and play and input fields. Redirect users without a slot to the join lobby fund. So we're just like, if live match and does not have a slot, we're just going to route them back. Perfect. Fix the performance regression. Nice. Remove the overlay approach. There's no input complex, simpler code, reuses existing UI, better UX. Perfect. That's it. I like that. Yep. I was wondering why I couldn't type my name. So now in here, okay, you don't have a slot mismatch. Click the AI slot below, auto join or auto join. Okay. Join. Okay, ready up. Okay, refresh. So now it should show, okay, now we have our own dedicated array cooks. Cool. Now if I refresh, it says you don't have a match. Join array cooks. Start match. Oh, okay. The problem is that skip redirect query param ensures the lobby doesn't auto redirect them back to the match page in a loop. I think that's what it's doing right now. Let me just kill everything. Join the game. Oh, there's no game. Yeah. Okay. What the heck? Let me refresh again. Come here, and if I refresh, I get kicked out. Okay, I go here. When I join a game and back. When I join a game, I refresh to this URL. I'm not able to join because I can't create, and we are going the wrong UI. The UI to the UI to create. Okay. All right, let me just kind of end the music stuff for a second, quick. All right, let me catch you up on the status of what's going on so far. So for those who are wondering, we're playing some Suno music and so forth. And as of now, basically what we have is the game is currently, it's working. And just fixing some, I was just spending a lot of time fixing bugs. And some of the bugs we're fixing were around the navigation for the match. Just making sure that everything was going to plan. We had an issue basically when we were joining the game. So if I join a game locally or something like that, and I go play a game, and I want to go like this, I should be able to join the game like this. And if I were to refresh, instead of coming to here, it goes to start match. And that's kind of the problem that we have. And so this is still a bug and I need to fix this. I think it's being fixed right now. And that's kind of what's happening. But other than that, people should be able to like join their matches, go in. And then if I refresh here, I don't know why it keeps going here, but we'll see. This is something I still need to fix here. Start match, leave match, go back here. Yeah. So other than that, yeah, This game is actually playable. This is currently what's shipped. You can play with your other friends and stuff like that. Send them links to join in, and they should be able to join in. And so today is kind of like my last real day of building. I was trying to see how far I can get, like building an app from scratch. And this is literally started from scratch. All of this stuff has just been vibe coded in using Cursor. And this is kind of like the stack that I've been using. So Cursor has been kind of my main go-to. I use a little bit of Droid for the agent, but then switch back to Cursor once I discovered this new planning workflow. So this planning workflow has can kind of like helping me get organized with all of my different feedback, but also shipping plans and kind of kicking off agents and so forth. Yes, we have a whole game written, like the backend servers is in Rust. The front end is Next.js. I've never touched a line of Rust before. This is my first time learning Rust. So the first streams, you kind of see me learning how to install it on my computer and then doing that. And then we also use SpaceTimeDB for the database, which makes everything super reactive in real time. And then we generated the sprites, and then we found out about PixelLab to get that stuff going. So that's how we're able to generate the two different teams. All of this started with one big architecture plan. We started that off actually using Anthropic. So with Claude, we basically started to like put in our idea of what we wanted for the game. And out of that, I actually ended up creating an app architect skill. So this app architect skill is currently in my Discord. And you can use this skill if you load it up in here, or you can load it up in Droid, or you can load it up in Claude Code. And you can literally do what we exactly did here, which is to give it some insights as far as like what you wanted and like tell it to ask you some more questions. And we did this live on stream. So my first stream, you'll actually see me walk through this whole thing. We use Execode and RevTools MCP, and that's what did all that research to nail down some of our assumptions and things, and then help us research what the tech stack was. And then this one is what happened on stream. Somebody said SpaceTimeDB. So we added that into the chat, did some more research. I originally was hesitant to do Rust because it just seemed so intimidating, to be honest, but it actually wasn't, not with this new AI Opus 4.5 writing the code for us. And so that's kind of where we ended up going. It kind of convinced me that I should do it because I guess the modules and stuff like that. So this is kind of what ended up happening. It kind of convinced me that like this is kind of cute and I should be able to do some Rust. And that's how we came up with our really big plan. So the plan is 2,000 lines long after like 3 or 4 different conversations. And so this was the architecture that that's been the basis of the entire app. And you can see the detail that Claude Opus generated. All of this. This is all the architecture, tech stack, data models, game mechanics. Everything is laid out in here. And we've been working off this master document. And that's how we've started creating the app and then using Cursor to kind of work through every single phase of the steps. And it's been incredible to just watch it work and continue to work. And then now we're getting into the weeds of things, of like all the different details. So all of this is how you can basically vibe code like a pro. And it's like beyond vibe coding, really. It's just architecting the app. You know, I have a bunch of experience as an engineer, but now approaching and learning new languages using AI, I'm shipping software to things I don't even know, but I do know like testing methodologies. I do know like how to plan, how to fix bugs and like review and try to like do these different things and try to get organized and then try to prioritize things as well. So yeah, I probably could have done it in less time if I wasn't live streaming possibly, because I would have just been much more in flow and doing things, but it's okay. I think we've made it this far and we've been able to have some games worldwide. The bugs that I need to resolve deal more with the client side state in terms of like how the React run loop works. And that could be really fun to get into debugging. But right now, if you just go to yeeball.com, we're going to be able to see other folks who have made matches and stuff like that. I can create a match. I can, set myself to, Ray Cooks. I could just say Ray, save, and I can just mark myself as ready. And I could basically just start a game, just by going there. And from there, basically, I could see some other folks. I think I have some bugs. It's not starting the game. Yeah, I got to fix this. This is not a good experience, but yeah, you should be able to join in like this. Start the match. Yeah, you can't start a match. I need to fix this. I'll probably roll back some of those changes because that's kind of what broke the game. So yeah, I have to head out for dinner though. And probably tonight the game will be ready to play. So for those folks who want to play, I'll have the game back up and running again. I might just revert the changes before I head out because yeah, tomorrow's actually Christmas Eve and I'm hosting a big dinner and a bunch of folks will be coming. So I won't have a lot of time. I won't be on stream tomorrow. because I'll just be hanging out with family. And then on the 25th is Christmas Day. So originally I was just going to stream 24 hours and just let the game up and running. As of now, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do here, but I might just do a casual live stream where I'm just kind of sitting on the couch in my house, and then we're just going to chat and hang out. So it could just be like a Christmas hangout. We'll play the game live. So that'd be kind of fun. It's just fun when more people are playing live together. And yeah, appreciate everyone. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Hopefully you're having a nice warm time around the world, and I will catch you guys soon. Peace out, y'all.